All right, let's dive into a story for our modern times. It might actually feel a little too real for some of us. It's a story about that quiet little battle we all fight every day for our own focus. And it's told through just two things: a candle and a screen.
So picture this. It's the middle of the night. This one sentence just sets the stage perfectly, doesn't it? This isn't just about some guy staying up late. It's about life and time and our potential literally just disappearing into the glow of a phone. The stakes are set right from the get-go.
Okay, so let's meet the hero of our story, Kabir. Like so many of us, he's got big dreams, big ambitions. But those dreams are being quietly sabotaged night after night by his phone. And you know, this isn't just his own private struggle. His parents, Ratan and Leela, they can feel it too. They can feel the weight of it, even if they can't quite see what's happening behind his closed bedroom door.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's so stark. On one side, you have the life Kabir actually wants. You know, a life with purpose, making his family proud. And on the other side, well, that's the reality of what he's doing. His life is just leaking away 1 minute at a time into a little 6-inch plastic box. That's the core conflict right there.
And this brings us to the big question, the one we all have to ask ourselves. The story really forces you to stop for a second and think, is this piece of technology in my pocket serving my goals? Or have I accidentally started serving its endless demands for my attention?
So all of this, it's building up to a breaking point. It has to, right? When Kabir finally sits down and tries to study, he says his mind is like a wild horse. It just refuses to be tamed. Think about it. His brain has been trained for constant distraction, not for deep focus. And then, the thing that was bound to happen, happens. The exam results come out, and that digital cost suddenly becomes very, very real. And there it is. Just one word. All those lost hours, all that wasted potential, it all boils down to this. This is the real-world consequence of thousands of those tiny, harmless little distractions. But the real gut punch isn't the word on the page, it's this, the human cost. See, the failure isn't just Kabir's anymore. It's a shockwave that hits the whole family. You can feel it in his mother shaking hands, in his father just deflating into a chair. This is that moment when the problem of distraction stops being an abstract idea and becomes truly heartbreaking. So when they're at their absolute lowest, Kabir's parents try something different. They take him to see a wise guru who, it turns out, has a totally different way of looking at the problem. He doesn't see Kabir as lazy or broken. He sees a young man whose mind is just completely untrained for the chaos of the modern world.
And this is the core metaphor of the whole story. It's brilliant. Your focus, your attention, it's like a steady candle flame. But the digital world, all the pings, the notifications, the endless scrolling, it's a chaotic storm, a wind that makes it impossible for that flame to burn steady and bright. The lesson here, stop trying to fight the wind. Just protect the flame.
So how do you protect that flame? Well, the guru gives him this simple, really elegant 3-step plan. And notice how practical this is. This isn't about just trying harder. It's about changing your environment and actively training your brain. The sunrise rule helps you win your morning. The distance rule creates the physical space you need to focus. And the focus anchor, that's like doing a bicep curl for your attention span. Now, the solution sounds simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Kabir is about to start the hardest part of this whole thing, the internal war against his own deeply ingrained habits. The first 3 days are just brutal. It's basically withdrawal. His body, his mind, they are screaming for that quick dopamine hit from the screen. His thumb is literally twitching, reaching for a phone that isn't even there. And that detail is so important because it shows us this isn't just a mental thing, it's physical. Real change is a real struggle. And here, the story gives us this powerful little mindset shift. It totally reframes what we think of as discipline. It's not about some giant, heroic leap. It's about the small, consistent, almost invisible choices that add up over time. It's all about getting just 1% better every single day. And this right here, this is the turning point. His friends show up, offering that same old easy distraction. But this time, Kabir makes a new choice. This tiny little act of just politely saying no, that's a huge victory. It's the first time he proves to himself that he's the one in control, not his impulses. So after that first big win, things start to build. He gets a little momentum. All those small daily choices start to stack on top of each other. And that constant mental fog of distraction, it finally begins to clear. And then, something happens that feels like an absolute miracle. He studies for 1 full hour, unbroken. For the old Kabir, the one who couldn't even get through a single paragraph, this is everything. It's the proof. It's the tangible evidence that the system is working. His mind isn't a wild horse anymore. He's actually taming it.
And this is the payoff. It's the perfect match to that failed slide from earlier, isn't it? This is the ultimate reward for fighting and winning that internal battle. The guy who was a slave to a screen is now the master of his own mind and his own future.
Okay, so Kabir's story is great, but its real job is to be a mirror for us. The lesson he learned from the candle and the screen, well, it's not just his story. It's a universal truth for basically anyone trying to live a meaningful life in this crazy digital age. If you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this right here. So many of us are trying to add more good stuff to our lives, more productivity, more learning, more connection, but our time and our focus are constantly leaking out through our screens. The secret isn't to try and pour more in. The secret is to fix the leak first.
So, what does fixing the leak actually look like? Well, it can start super small. These aren't huge, scary life changes. They're just simple first steps. Turn off the noise from apps that don't matter. Create just 1 hour a day of screen-free space, or pick one tiny habit, like that candle trick, and start training your focus.
And that really brings us to the final thought here, because this was never really about getting away from your phone. It's about what you can start moving toward. The goal isn't just less distraction, it's more life, more creation, more deep work, more presence. So the real question the story leaves us with is, what will you achieve with a focused mind?
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.